the Bricks to the Antics podcast. It's your boy Sam Bricks.
It's your boy D-Nell.
It's your boy Twizzy Rex.
Jimmy Hustle.
Yeah. How everybody feel today?
Tired.
I just got off of work.
It's work today. Shit.
I just got off of work.
Man, it's been one hell of a week though. Like as usual.
When is it not?
Yeah. How you feel today?
Feeling good. Took the family out to Dorney Park yesterday. Enjoyed the
Family
day.
time.
Family time.
How was that?
It was good, no.
What y'all do?
Kids in the wave pool. I don't do rides. I don't do hikes. I'm already too tall. So
You pussy.
that's
That's
all
what
right.
it is. That's what it is. Like, that's really what it is.
If you
pussy.
call, that's what you call it. But all right.
You tell them tall people don't get on rides.
Yeah, we don't get on rides.
Twizzy, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. A little tired.
Tired.
I'm good though.
Alright, Jimmy Hustle, how you feeling?
Yo, I got this drink in my cup.
Yo, man. So, I'm good. It's been I had a really tense day in a sense, but I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be here. Another episode.
Right?
We
Quattro.
Quattro. Yeah. You know what I'm
Quattro.
saying? Episode 4. Like so, we getting some steam, some footing going on. We gonna get into a couple of stuff today. A couple of controversial stuff today. Alright, if that's okay, you know what I'm saying?
About to ruffle a lot of feathers.
Last episode, it kind of got pretty real. Last episode though, like we kind of, it was intense. What y'all think about last episode?
Last episode was good. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's what they gonna get from us.
Yeah,
The raw and uncut.
that whole conversation was a little bit like people would hit me like, you know, man, like yo, you shouldn't really, y'all gotta feel that way about that. Or you should. I mean, I guess everyone's trying to say like we should kind of hold to our opinions and be a little more mindful. But an opinion is an opinion regardless. We
entitled to that.
Yeah, and we don't have to conform to everybody's thinking.
Then we just talk about people forcing us.
Yeah, we necessarily don't have to do that right there. So we, you know what I'm saying, we kept it straight. Hopefully we didn't offend nobody to the max or nothing like that.
How you gonna get offended off of somebody's opinion?
Exactly.
It's my opinion versus yours. You think away, I think away.
Exactly.
We don't gotta think alike. That's why people disagree to agree.
People want to be right though. That's the only problem. People want to be right. They voice their opinion. Then nobody wants to listen.
Everybody can't be right, man.
True. All right, so let's start it off. We got a couple of content to jump into today. Let's start it off. Let's start off big, heavy shit. All right. Speaking of opinions and just people saying certain shit. So recently, Lavar Ball. Alright? So
Triple B.
So we all know Lavar Ball to be a very garrulous, rambunctious, personal individual on TV. That's just who he is. That's his personality.
Loud, proud, and outspoken. That's
exactly.
It.
And you know, him, I guess, I don't know if the fact that he's a black, proud father within the community and what he does, I don't know if people find that as problematic. I don't necessarily know. But he had some very interesting comments on was it ESPN?
ESPN.
Was it First Take? Was it First Take? Towards what was the woman's name?
Molly Carroll.
That's Jalen Rose's wife.
Yes, sir.
So they were having a discussion and she said, let's switch gears for a moment. And he said, you can switch gears with me
anytime.
So apparently now he's banned from ESPN altogether.
Which is stupid.
And so you think it's stupid.
Yeah.
So they're banning him for those comments which they find to be inappropriate. And keep in mind, we're in a very tight-knit sexual era as well too. Like you know, they breaking down the hatches on you know what I'm saying?
They cut down everything.
Exactly, sexual activity in the workplace, all that kind of stuff. So it's real right now. So I know you said that that was a little too much. They were going too far. I want to know what's everybody's comments on that whole situation right there. What do you guys think?
I think they went too far. Like, first off, it would have never got taken in that context if Shorty ain't treated the way she did. Like, she made it more than what it was supposed to be. Like, she, like the little stumble with her look is what gave it all off. Like it wasn't that deep, Shorty. That man loved his wife. I can say that he loved his wife.
You a fan of the show?
I'm a fan of the show, the little basketball show they got. So I watch it faithfully to know that man loved his wife more than anything, and he would not jeopardize that on national television. So she tweaked for no reason.
What you think about it?
To me, I feel like I'm trying to understand both sides of the party because at the end of the day, he is married. So if it's like, if we had wives and our wives said to another guy, we'd be like, oh, you heard what your wife said? You going like, nah, she don't mean it that way. She's just cool. She's just being her. But after a while, when a whole bunch of other people comment, it's like, yeah, that was wrong. Though.
It's like you added fire to it.
Yeah, you add into it, but you already know how your significant other is. But I feel like she took it the way she felt. There's nothing wrong with it because
so she's justified in the way she felt about it.
Yeah, that's her feelings. You know.
What you think, Twizzy?
Yeah, he absolutely right though. Like she could feel how she want to feel, but in the end, I don't think he meant any wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Like just basically switching subjects. He's saying anytime you want to switch the subject, we can switch the subject. I'm down for any subject y'all want to talk about. Let's talk about it. If you feel like though we talking for 5 seconds and you want to switch the subject, let's switch the subject. We'll go right into it.
Okay.
Wait. How you feel about it?
So that's what I'm gonna say. I disagree with you guys. And this is not it's not against Lavar. I don't really care what Lavar Ball does. It's not against him. Mm-hmm. But I look at it from a very honest point of view. I think what he did say, it did come from a sexual mindset. Hear me out. I don't think it was wholesomely intentional, but I think it's one of those. You know how when you you're at a party and you're hanging out with a chick or whatever, yeah, hanging out with a chick or whatever, and y'all just laughing, and she's like, "Oh my God, stop playing!" So I put a bit in you. It's something you just throw out there. But it's not. Let's not focus on what he said, but the manner in which he threw it out there. It was like that. So wait, hold on. This is my thing. I think that when he said it, it was like I don't hopefully mean anything by that, but I am gonna throw because he talks a lot. Exactly. But sometimes when you're doing that, you end up saying shit that you don't really thoroughly think through. And I believe he's faithful to his wife. I don't believe he's intentionally flirting with what's her name again?
Molly.
I don't think he's intentionally flirting with her, but I do believe that in that moment he said. It wasn't. He shouldn't have said it. It was a slip of the tongue, and what do you call it? A Freudian? What's it? Freudian slip? What's that word? You guys have never heard of it. Freudian.
What are you talking about?
Y'all never heard that word? A Freudian slip? I think that's a word.
No, never.
Okay, y'all have to look up later on.
Yeah,
but anyhow, I think it was something like that though. But I don't think it rendered him being banned from ESPN. I don't think it was that serious.
See, now, I don't want you to use the mind that you're like. I don't want you to use your way of thinking on that situation. Don't look at that situation how we would look at that situation. Because you know how we talk. We talk a lot of times with double meanings to a lot of things that we say.
Subliminals.
Because we sneaky like that with the words. I don't want you to use that mind when thinking about this situation because he could have said something else. He could have said something worse than that. That would have made it.
But he wouldn't though because you're on national television. Right. So you're gonna bring that level down a little bit, which is why he said what he said. I mean, if you look at the way he said to the tone, we know tone. He was like, "Well, we can switch gears anytime." But that's Lavar.
Come on, give it.
But that's
come on.
That's what I'm saying. That's Lavar's ball. That's how he speaks in a sense. But there was no need for that. I was uncalled for. It did come on sexual. You can't really hide that. It nuanced a sexual mindset. Just the tone of it all.
If you're thinking in that nature, then yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's not about thinking though. It's what he said. He said it in that nature, and that's how it came off. You can think it in that nature. And you can decipher and say.
They probably only think that because like the smirkiness in which he said it.
Exactly.
But he wasn't.
That's what too.
Like that.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think he hopefully meant it in a very aggressive way, like he's really trying to flirt with her. But he did say it, and it was in a sexual nature. That is a fact. You cannot deny that. The all ulterior motives behind it, I don't believe that exists. But he did say that, and it did come off in a sexual manner. However, I don't think it warranted him being banned from ESPN. I think that was a reach. Now, my argument with that is that's Jalen Rose's wife. Jalen Rose is a prominent figure on ESPN. I think the right strings were pulled to make sure Lavar Ball doesn't make that mistake again. Yeah, and that's why he was banned ultimately. They're protecting.
He probably said something to his wife like, "Yo, I don't appreciate the way you talking to your wife in that way."
Yeah, he has connects. It's Jalen Rose. Yeah. So I do believe he played a role in him getting banned, and I don't agree with that. I don't think it was called for all of that.
Deep, but my thing is, don't don't bring Lavar Ball on if you're not ready for his antics.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? Y'all know how you know
That's
how
true as
that man
well.
is.
That's true as
You
well.
know he ain't holding nothing back. He gonna let you hear it, and he gonna say what he want to say. Like they ain't. I just don't agree with that.
The funny thing, they started him up though, because he was never on television until like one of Lonzo games at UCLA. Then they want to call him up to Sports Center, Undisputed, any sports talk show. They want to call him up. They gave him the spotlight that he in now. But they gotta look at it like this. They created the monster. Now they're trying to cancel out the monster that they created.
I'm gonna he's been that.
No. He wasn't in the spotlight. How they got him in the spotlight
so
now?
He's been that monster, but they gave that monster a
bigger
platform.
They gave him a platform to speak on. But
so that's what they shouldn't have did. They gassed him up to be so big.
And that's also a good argument too, and I agree with that. But on the same token as well, it's like, come on, bro, you should have known better than that. But then again, that's him. But people make mistakes and say shit that they don't intentionally mean or have a full meaning behind on TV, and then it's like, okay, it's fucked up. Yeah. So I'm not hopefully blaming him, but I am giving him some of that blame. He out of everything he could have said, he did not have to say that, and he did not have to give that tone. You saying, yeah, we can switch gears anytime. It's different from saying we can switch gears anytime. It's the tone and the way you kind of just flush it out there. It's the way he said it, like the bobble in the head. The tone is different.
Oh yeah, we can switch gears.
It's not how you say it.
It ain't like it's just
come on. You look at the way he said it.
If we're gonna get if we're gonna get into that being more than what it is, it's so many.
But that's the thing. It's not more than what it is, but it's the way he said it. It's surface. It's pretty cut and dry.
He said it's direct.
Exactly.
It's more direct. So it's like nothing could be changed because it don't matter what he may feel about it, how he said it. It's the way everybody else viewing it. It's on national TV.
But, and it came out pretty cut and dry.
On national television, when he said it, nobody else looked like, oh, come on.
No, they did. They did.
Nah,
they did. I heard, and I also watched their faces. There was an awkwardness.
Only Stephen A.
Yeah, I caught that. There was an awkwardness in the room from when he said that. So that's what I'm saying. It's not. We can sit there and say like, okay, this is not nuanced in this kind of activity, but it really is.
But
it's
the
not
thing
that.
is, they should understand that's the type of person. Like they shouldn't take it as he being sexual. It's just Lavar.
It is. That's true. But then also, you can't. You have to be mindful as well. No matter who you are, you have to be mindful.
It could also. He only had one thinking on that. Like he meant what he meant. It's not his fault. They had more than one thinking on that conversation. Even on that statement. Like he can't help that they took it there. His thinking was exactly what he meant. You can switch gears with me anytime.
Yeah, but he didn't say like that. The way you just said, he
No. I'm saying it. I'm just saying his thinking on what came out his mouth was one way. He didn't say, "Yeah, I'm not." You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't all that.
Yeah, but all that extraness wasn't needed when the way he said was pretty cut and dry. Let's be real. Like he said it the way he said it, and it's like you can sit there and say we don't really know what was in his mind when he said that, but when he did say those words and the way he did say it, we can almost quantify. Okay, this was maybe what's going on in his mind. It came out a certain way.
But also you gotta look like this. When he talk, he always talk like that. No matter what he's talking about, he's always animated with everything he talks about.
But it's also what he said. It's not just how.
Everything he said in a crazy smirkish way. Everything.
But I feel like you have to more like thinking on a more deeper aspect, even though he may not mean it intentional.
Exactly.
But you gotta think it is a woman, and she probably used to the sexual content. Like, hey,
she's catcalling
used to it
on a regular basis. And she's not
so
gonna stand for her and a guy catcalling on the street and they say, oh no, that's probably just how he is as a natural. No,
because I know if that was our wife, we heard that we would have been crazy.
I don't remember the swing. I'm to be honest. Let's be real. If that was your girl and he said to your girl, you would have felt some type of way.
If she, me personally, I just that's Lavar being Lavar.
That's
how I take it because I know he's married at the end of the day, and I know he's not about to
being married. I know being married. That was not the thing from being married.
He's not about to cheat on national television.
Yeah,
he's not about to cheat on national television.
That ain't really cheating though. That's not really cheating.
He can say
that's cheating.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating. Him saying that is not really cheating. That's
cheating.
That's
Once he say that, what that lead to? Oh, so LeVar.
But if I'm saying, if you're taking it like that, and him saying it in that context,
words can be taken as cheating, bro.
But but him saying in that context isn't necessarily cheat. It's a flirtatious manner. It ain't necessarily considered
Flirting is what?
It's a great skill.
Yeah, but look much time.
No, it's not. It's a manner,
take it that
When
way.
you with a girl, you think she gonna approve of you flirting? She gonna take it as you cheating in her face.
Okay, so
if I'm walking down the street with my girl and I just say something to another girl like, "Ooh, you look good," or "You beautiful today," how you think my girlfriend gonna take that? Oh, you going to flirt and cheat in my face like that?
that's true, but it's a gray area. So
I like when she got on. Oh yeah, I like it too. Like it's not
You
flirting.
see, that's what I'm saying. It's a gray area. That's a gray area right there with that. So it's a tricky space.
But I ain't say I like what she got on. I called her beautiful.
Yeah, you was like, oh, she's beautiful. You beautiful.
And
like that means you was talking about like, damn, I'll talk to her if I got.
And then that's gonna run through your girl mind like, oh, word. That's how he feel about her, and I'm right here.
Yeah, so she probably thought the same.
And look what he said also. Look what he said also. So like you can't come on, yo. Like you gotta be mindful. Like it's Lavar Ball, and he's a dope dude, but you gotta be mindful of stuff like that. And he kind of dug that hole and walked right into it. But now speaking on the second part, I don't think it needed him to be banned from ESPN. That was a reach.
Yeah, that was too much.
I think Jalen Rose put the hand down, and it wasn't.
He's just about to go right to Fox Sports and be on the street.
They got a lot on Fox
He
Sports.
about to go chill with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. That's a stupid. I love to see that.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're absolutely right. So like,
give him another platform.
That might work for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a problem with that. But like I said, him being banned was a reach, and they didn't need to do all that right there. That shit was uncalled for. Like it just was. And people were arguing and saying, oh, well, I don't think he meant it in that way. And then they made it a race thing. Well, anyone this type of black man, I don't think it's that deep.
No,
Let's not dig it that deeper. It's not that deeper. He did say some shit. And they said, oh, Antics the white, because it was what, she's white?
Whatever.
Y'all don't even know what the fuck she is.
Whatever.
Is she mixed? Like, what is she?
She mixed with something. I don't know what she mixed with.
She mixed with Jalen Rose. That's
She woman. That's it.
That's all it took. It was. I mean, I guess it is what it is. I don't agree with him being banned. I'm sure you guys don't, but that's fucked up. But whatever it is, hopefully he's gonna find his way around to somewhere else.
Lavar Ball ain't sweating that, bro.
You right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
He got a little empire on his hands.
Big
baller brand.
Alright, so we're gonna get off of that. Let's switch gears a little bit. So did they?
Yeah, I see.
Kill my shit.
That was a little sexual. You gotta be
chill. Ain't no fucking HR here, right?
Alright, I don't know.
Yo, let's talk reparations. That's a big thing. It's a big political, big in politics going on right now. Reparations, right? So let's dig into that for a little bit. First of all, what y'all think about that's what the game said about reparations? 40 acres in a Lambo.
Right.
Y'all saw that.
Y'all
what y'all think about that? Would y'all really take 40 acres in a Lamborghini as reparations?
No.
Why not?
Hell no.
The cars.
The original promise was 40 acres in a mule, right?
That's not the original promise. That's like a saying. It's like a thing.
But it was like they were promised.
And
land and.
But a mule is just.
I know.
So would you rather have a mule or a Lamborghini?
Back then or now?
Are you living back then or now?
But I'm saying though, like. That's not the promise. That's not what they want for reparations. Now they don't want.
No, I'm saying, would you or are you agreeing with what he said? Would you want that for reparations? 40 acres and a mule, and a Lamborghini?
No.
You don't want to.
Don't give me the Lamborghini. Give me the land. Yeah.
Why not have both?
Because what I care.
I feel like
Lamborghini.
If someone has a visionary, you could make that into a.
You talk about me, like me personally.
Yeah.
One, I'm 6'3" and I'm not fitting in the Lamborghini.
Sell it. You sell Lamborghini.
I could sell the land and make 10 times more.
You're gonna have both 40 acres
or
and
I can let people build up on my land and tax it.
Exactly. It's a package deal. What you gonna say? Oh, keep the Lamborghini. I just want the 40 acres.
Well, the Lamborghini just sit there then. That shit for sure.
Gonna sit there.
Yeah, sit there.
Wow.
Why?
They can't fit in Lamborghinis.
We can't fit in. I'll never be
First of all, they have Lamborghinis that y'all can fit in.
I wouldn't want to.
You ever seen Shaq getting one?
Shaq the owner of the Lamborghini.
Exactly.
You said what?
Shaq the owner of the Lamborghini.
Exactly.
Because he can't get in
Can't
one.
get in there.
He can't get in one. No, I mean that. Like,
He can't
a
get
tall
in.
nigga can fit a Lamborghini.
Shaq can't get in
I've
one.
seen it. I've seen it.
But they forcing it though. They be all up in there like.
That's what you mean.
Man,
No,
that be hell of
I seen a guy force his way in a BMW i8. So you
Yeah, I
think they gonna?
I ain't
He got it, right?
I'm
He
not.
around their size.
I'm
but
not forcing
he
myself
had
into
he
nothing.
had to fall out.
Oh my god.
Crawling out the car. I'm
He
not
had to fall out the car.
getting my hands and knees in.
Like,
want a
when you take the car, and you got a
Bucket,
nice
yeah.
outfit on. You got a nice outfit on. Like, damn, how I'm about to get out the car?
My
with
man-
this bitch
my man
today?
got
A
on
drop
all
top.
white.
A drop top Lambo.
Man, I'm not stepping out the Lambo all the time. That's
You
a little
open
bit
the
of
door
money.
and just step out. It's a drop top Lambo.
Shaq,
Nobody want.
my knees gonna be in the
Yeah.
dash, bro. Like the steering wheel.
Oh my god. A Lamborghini, come on.
Listen, I see
This-
guys with their
what you
knees on the
mean?
door like this. Like
I'm not
what
doing
you
all that. Niggas gonna be driving from my beat, bro. Like nah, I'm good.
Alright, so what
Back to
y'all?
topic.
So what do you guys? Okay, so because it's a big thing in like politics with the presidential what's it, candidacy going on, the race and everything like that. And Ta-Nehisi Coates, very prominent black figure writer, well known, best author seller for Between the World and Me. He spoke at the I think they had a hearing or something like that.
Yeah, I
And he
think I
spoke
heard
at-
the clip.
Yeah, and there's other controversy around it. I guess someone said something that was very provocative, attending to what he said. So the basically the whole reparation talk is a big thing. It's like if you sell us a good reparations dream, you might win the black vote at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is first of all, let me start with you. What do you think is equivalent or warranted for reparations for what your ancestors been through? What do you think? What would do it for you?
That's a deep question.
It's not that deep.
It is deep because you gotta think like.
Yeah, you really gotta think on that.
You really gotta think because you can't. You're not gonna want a house. That's all. I need something that can create wealth for my family
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the line.
Right.
I don't need nothing that's gonna like it go old and get rusty. I need something where when I pass away, my name still stamped no matter what weather, what year.
Wouldn't that
what
be your
that-
job to create that? What if they're giving you?
Yeah, but for me, that gotta help me get there. Because right now we all have dreams and motivations to do something, but nobody else want to help us. So if we get that extra motivation, now we have it like, okay, I got help now. I could build my brand to where I want it to be. And there is gonna be people that stop you, but now the limit is no more limit.
Okay, so what the fuck do you want for reparations?
I don't know. I probably
You don't know.
I don't know. I just want. I don't know, man.
40 fat bitches.
Nah, I probably get tired.
Virgin heaven for him right there. Like he want as many big girls as they can afford. Like
Send me a boatload. I send them back.
I wanna. For me, I probably own like buildings, complexes. I just want everything. My own airline.
but
company, whatever.
what would you want from the government to give to you though? They have to give you something. So what would it be?
First, I want to start off with a small business with money that could help me get there.
So you want to give you a business?
Yeah, with money that can help me get there. Why not? What's wrong with that? You get the business.
He wants it.
That's his reparations.
Yeah.
You can't. That's his.
Like
You want to pay off all my debts and all that.
You want the
but-
government to just give you a free here, own this hardware company, and just
Yeah, just make sure, give me money and I'll build it way to where I want it to get.
Honestly,
you gonna run that hardware company to the ground.
ain't no true
It's just-
reparation. Ain't
At
no,
all.
you don't. You can't bring back none of the people that were killed and murdered from behind this.
Okay, but
There's history on like people being just tortured and beat and all of that. You can't give me reparations for that. I mean, like
That's how I feel too.
it's nothing you can really give me that's gonna. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It don't. I don't. It just.
I agree with that, but keep in mind that this is America's way of seeking penance for what they did. They have to find some way to be, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know who makes America the arbitrators. Like, oh well, not to say America is the arbitrators, but who arbitrates America basically giving out these packages, these reparations packages. I don't know who's gonna hold them accountable for that, but this is America's way of saying we apologize for what we did and can't undo in no way, form, or fashion. But here is something for that. So I agree with you, but it doesn't do it. So it doesn't bring back or undo 400 years of slavery, racism, oppression.
But I'm not.
It doesn't do it.
I'm not speaking like. But what, you gotta think about it as not as a whole, even though it is a whole. Mm-hmm. But like, say if your family personally was affected by what happened years ago, like your greats were actual slaves and all of that, and they were beat constantly. One died from all of it. Like, what can like? I don't want money. That what I'm gonna do? You don't show them. Look,
but I guess if you think about it deeper, if it gets to reputation, you would think ahead now. It's like a new beginning. You can't change the past, but you can make the future.
Exactly.
I get that. But it's just
you have to get something. So.
I will if I have to take something because
what would you do?
No. I mean, obviously, but I'm just saying what like. If I got to, I'm going to take what was promised to them. That's what I want. Whatever was promised to them when they were free, that's what I want.
You letting America off easy.
No. But I'm saying I want that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, where I want their, what they were promised, but I want that accumulated for all the years that they weren't able to get it, up until now. So, like, whatever it was, if it was $25 back then that they was going to give every slave free.
Well, let's say 40 acres and a mule. So you want?
Yeah, I want all that and more, I want it all.
So you want 40 acres and a mule and what else?
It ain't gonna be 40 acres.
Yeah, basically he tell you want more than 40 acres.
I'm taking more than that.
And what? 5 mules?
Give him like 5.
I need a stable, man. Give me.
What the fuck is? You're really taking the horses. Like you're really taking land. You want some sun shit.
Don't give me. If you give me a mule, give me a horse, give me a pig, give me a cow, give me the farm, nigga. That is like, I would take them for everything they got.
Run them dry. Huh?
Yeah, that's letting them off easy in my opinion, right there. Like,
so what would you do?
No, I want to hear what you do.
You got the floor.
So I've seen like people like I don't know his name. There's a politician, Asian dude. Maybe some of our viewers would know who he is. He's running for president as well. Asian guy. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, he said like maybe like
$1,000 a month. Yeah, to all like a subsidiary kind of payment, like to help black families. So you get $1,000 every month. That to me, $1,000 is, I would say, up the number on that. That to me seems more feasible. If you up the number, maybe like
people in this thing.
That's also crazy too. But let's also America America has money. Let's not sit here in front and you paying back people, black people for what the fuck they've been through. So you can up that number. Fuck
or you could just
I'll take an extra $1,500, $2,500 a month
for the next 400 years.
Whatever. Shit, whatever.
I'm gonna eat healthy from now on. Like, man, killing me off.
But that's not mine. Essentially, though, I want to be realistic. I don't want to say some shit that don't make sense. Because if we're being honest, I'd say, yo, run me 500 mil right now. Like, without taxes. Like, that's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? You can't really say some shit like that. So if we're being realistic.
Nah, but.
You can't.
I'm not talking about the 500 mil. I'm just talking about what they were like, if they, like I'm saying, if they was promised the 40 acres and a mule, I still want that, but I want more than that.
So, okay, so to piggyback off of that, what I would say, I want land with my own house, and I'll take $2,500 or $2,000 a month.
Oh, you still
for the rest of my life?
For the rest of your life?
Yes.
The rest of your life or
the rest
in
of my
general?
life. And then it goes on to my kids as well.
Okay, because if it's just your life, you get put out quick. they take back that land, like, okay, foreclosure.
But it transfers out. Because the thing is, I don't know how long they expect these reparations to keep lasting. Mm-hmm. So I don't. If it transfers over to the next generation, it does the same. But I'd say, give me. I have no problem if you give me a land which I can build a house on, or give me a land with a house. I don't have to pay the rent.
If you get land, you can build your own house.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. But let them do the work. Build me a house with the land. Give me the land and the house. But now I can give this to my, you know what I'm saying, to my kids.
Pass it on.
Exactly. And it's not, I don't have to worry about paying certain taxes because I own that land and I own that house.
See, but they're not gonna go that deep into.
But that makes sense though. It's not about that's more feasible.
Yeah, but you gotta think about the other people that's out there. That's like, just give me the money, I'm good. And I just want to buy a house.
40 acres of a mule. That's land. That's land and a mule. I don't want no fucking a horse, but give me some money though. Like I'll take some money. So I'll take $2,000 extra a month or $2,500 if we're being. I'll take that. I can live with that. I can live with that. And a land and a house. I don't need a big ass house. Simple house, maybe 2-story. Whatever.
That's
and
big.
It's not that big.
It's gonna be a 2-story, but like, all the way down.
Nah. I ain't gonna hate him like that though. But I do need 2 garages though, like that bitch. Like,
you
but
don't
you don't drive. Oh my god, yo, that's like a
garage
like,
no car.
Like, eventually, when
definitely would need the mule. Like,
I did.
Little Nas X gonna come together for you.
Shut the fuck up, man. What I'm saying is that I would want that. I would want that's more feasible for me. I can live with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can live with that. So what would you take? Man, skinny bitches. Like, skinny bitches, skinny dipping. That's what you want.
Nah. I don't want no bitches. I get my own bitches. I don't need them to be my bitches. I take the land and expand it. Like, give me the land.
I think land is what's important.
Yeah, like
that's the most important.
It makes
land
sense.
starts, and like it starts to like for us, land means empowerment. The more land you own, the more businesses you can put out there for the community. For us, you can pass it down to your children. You can it's just like for us, ownership is the number one thing for blacks. So if you can give me land and I can do what I want with it, put some houses down there, put businesses, and I have ownership over all that, and then when I'm gone from here and I can pass that down to my children, that's what makes it better. Because I pass it down to them, they pass it down to their children, and just keep going on. So whenever, like, you gonna know no matter what, that this land is owned by blacks. Like, if it's property on that land, it's owned by blacks. If it's houses on that land, owned by blacks. So keep everything black in the community.
So you want to keep it black.
Keep it black.
Okay.
It's only right. If they went through that for us, why not push the future forward for them for what they did for us?
So you want the land.
Yeah, I just take the land. I don't want
Brother,
nothing
I'm a
else.
star.
You know,
Brother, I'm a star.
I have a friend on Facebook, right? And he said he was like he said that the idea of blacks receiving financial reparations reparations in the form of finance or currency is redundant because we haven't mastered economic knowledge. We don't know how to keep it. The black dollar stays within a dollar stays within the black community within 6 hours, which I think is incorrect. It's actually less than that if I'm correct. I think he was wrong in that statement, but he basically saying the dollar stays within the black community only 6 hours. The disparity between that and other races is very high. Asians are the closest to us as far as it being depleted. Obviously, Caucasians, whites are at the higher rate. So he said that financial gain from reparations is we would just blow that money just like that. It makes no sense.
Most of us will hear.
And I told him, I said, I don't necessarily think that's the point. The point isn't to give us money and then have us we should decide what we should do with it.
Worry about how we spend it.
Exactly. The point is to pay us back.
Pay us back.
Exactly.
Let us spend the way we're going to.
Exactly.
Because it's going to happen regardless.
Keep in mind, our financial illiteracy comes from slavery. It started from that. We don't know how to the minute we were thrown into this fucking country, we've been at a standstill. We weren't reading. We weren't learning how to write. We weren't learning all this shit. We weren't learning how to build businesses. We didn't have the power to own anything. Ownership wasn't even speaking of us. We were owned. We weren't owners. So to own money, it doesn't make sense. When we finally get some dough, we won't know what to do with it. It's like a monkey, like, ooh, what the fuck you do with this? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So that you have that trickle downs right there from. It starts from slavery. So when you're basing an argument like that, you're defeating the purpose of what these reparations are for. And that was my whole debacle with that. And that's what I have to say gaining that. I don't necessarily believe that we need literacy as far as whatever reparations are. Now all of us want money. I don't know if they will ever decide that, you can decide whatever you want. That's like, that might be a little bit far-fetched. Yeah. But,
and
you know.
then with this reparations, this is not going to be, is it going to be for all of us or just those?
So, now here's the thing about that. It's supposed to be for all African Americans whose families, I believe, were affected through slavery. I think so.
How do you break that down?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily know how they're gonna do that. Essentially, I have no idea, but it's supposed to be about that because I'm an immigrant. My family wasn't directly. My ancestors weren't directly affected by slavery in America. They weren't dropped off in America. They were dropped off in the Caribbean, in South America. You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucker that brought us there had no right to bring us there in the first place. So I don't know if that transfers over to what, you know what I'm saying, slave owners from Britain. I don't know if this is a cause that are taken up against Britain, or if this is America's way of saying, well, we fucked up, so let's fix this. Because then again, that would mean that I don't have any play in that. I don't get any reparations for that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because this is not Guyana ain't doing this. The funny thing about this though, I've heard that the Jews have received reparations for Holocaust. They have. If you guys don't know this, they have received reparations for Holocaust. I don't know the exact numbers, but they have. Japanese, when they were what's it called?
Dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
Hiroshima.
Yes, Hiroshima and the whole training camp situation. They received reparations for that. You know what I'm saying? So we're
the only group.
Exactly. We're just sitting like
we had it the longest
and the worst, if you would say. Yes,
yeah, we did.
Yes, if you would say, because for 400 years, this shit trickled down. It ain't stopped when they said slavery was over. It kept fucking going.
That's
but
what
we'll
I'm
just
saying.
change.
How do you, like you said, it would be all Jews to get the reparation, all that. But how do you decide between the blacks now? Because it would be like now, this person get represented. You just sitting there like, yo, I'm black too. Like, where do you try to compensate the other?
Actually, I got another question.
That's the thing I don't know.
On the opposite side of that, what if the white family had nothing to do with slavery?
That's a redundant statement.
I'm saying that, like, what if I get that they're gonna make everybody that's their way of saying sorry, but
the ignorant people that don't care like that.
Nah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a few white people that feel like, well,
we had no hand in the slavery.
Yeah, like so.
So here's the thing about that. White people, no matter where the fuck you were, or who the fuck you are,
they were better off.
No.
Period.
No matter where you are or who you are, white in America, you are directly benefiting off the effects of slavery. Your ancestors didn't even have to have a hand in that. If you're white in America, you are benefiting from slavery. White supremacy is a real thing.
Of course.
White privilege is a real thing.
Yep.
You're directly benefiting from the backs of millions of blacks that built this country and hosted it and kept it up. So even to sit there and say, well, my family didn't have a, yes the fuck they did. Because if they wasn't whipping their backs, they was turning their hands and taking the apple. One way or another, they were fucking up. They did not stop it, and they had no role in it. Right. So in a way, you still benefit from that.
You just gotta take the back seat on.
You just gotta take that. Because you think about this right here, what is your gain in saying my family had no hands in slavery when you can walk into a job, same qualifications as mine, and the percentage of them hiring you is higher likely for you than against me. You're benefiting from slavery. You're benefiting from oppression. You're benefiting from systematic racism. You're benefiting from all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're privileged. You're benefiting from being white to begin with in this country. So that's kind of redundant to say. Like, and if you had no hand in slavery, then cool story, bro.
I'm still taking money.
You know what I'm saying? You still got off though. You still got off. Like Dion Hewley said, white people had a 400-year head start against blacks.
True. It's the truth.
They had a 400-year head start. They did. It's true shit. So if you, he said, and he also had a lecture, he said, if you white and broke, you're wasting your skin. It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't. If you're white and broke, you had a 400-year head start. You gotta be a dummy. It doesn't make sense.
fumbled the skin.
Yeah, you just wasted
I think
skin.
I heard some white guy say like, you know, I'm not proud to be white because I don't like what we went through, so I'm just gonna not do nothing with my life. I'm like, I can't do that. I gotta do something with my life. Like,
Well,
let's switch skins. Like,
He a dummy. Like if you're a white person and you know you have that privilege, use it to benefit others that are disenfranchised, impoverished. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit around and say, oh well, you know, I don't. You can feel bad all you want, but you still fucking white. And you're still benefiting from this shit.
Right.
So use that platform, use that privilege, use that power to uplift and benefit and help those that are less fortunate for you. The minority, you know what I'm saying? Those that don't have that beneficiary that you do. It's just logic, it's just common sense. Use your privilege for good. Use that platform for good. But to sit there and say, oh, you feel, what you feeling bad for? It's already done and over with.
Right.
Sympathy is cool, but motherfucker, I need a job. I need food. You know what I'm saying?
I need that land.
Exactly. So feeling bad it ain't serving us no purpose at all.
Right.
So it just makes no sense. So you know that's whatever. We don't know
Hopefully they come to some sort of
agreement. I'll take the land. I'll take the Lambo too. I don't really fucking matter. Like
I'm not taking
I'll take it,
you
but
ain't paying a chauffeur.
You got
Ain't no vaccine. Ain't no vaccine. Passenger is on Lambo.
it doesn't matter. I'll take something instead of nothing. Right?
you gotta take something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the land ain't nothing. It's just you chose not to take the Lambo. Like,
No, but I'm saying you can take the Lambo just in case of it though. Like,
what you saying? Like, even if I'm not gonna drive it, sell it.
Yeah.
Why sell it when I could just take money instead of the Lambo?
Well, if they give you the Lambo, why turn it down? If they're not giving you money,
No, because it's I can't fit the Lambo. Give me what it's worth.
sell the motherfucker.
Give me
For
what
money.
it's worth.
I guess you want the trading value for the Lambo.
I mean, once you put the key in and drive it anyway, the value depreciates.
Bro, when they
anyway.
drop that bitch off, eBay that bitch right there and there. Like, look, I'm selling this Lambo, and they ain't even started yet. So what y'all need?
Yeah, but everybody
That don't matter.
got that comment.
It don't matter because it's not on the car that where it come from. It's not on that lot. Once it's taken off that lot,
What?
the value drops.
Game had a good idea on what he was talking about. But let's jump and real quick just on that subject. That presidential hold, Cory Booker. Cory Booker, he's also in the running for presidency, possibly another black president, even though nigga light skin, but whatever.
Whoa.
Like, he is like.
What are your views about it?
But Cory Booker was a former Newark mayor.
Yeah.
True.
Y'all think he'll value us better as a president, considering what he's done for us as a mayor? It's
Now,
worth it.
You mean us as black people or us as?
No, just us Newarkans. Like, did we benefit from Cory Booker enough? Are we saying okay, we can take Cory Booker as a president because we know what he did for us with Newark? Are we saying that?
Well, I'm oblivious of what he really did, but hearing other people talk, other black people, they said he really didn't do nothing for Newark.
I've heard that.
That's what most people said.
Except this jogging, this little show that shows every morning, just be running like
I'm
it's.
not gonna comment on that. I'm just gonna say, Newark is just it's one little spot in the like in New Jersey. He gotta focus on the whole nation. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but if he couldn't handle.
I'm not saying he didn't. He couldn't. Or
But
he could.
ask you, what do you think? Do you think he did? You've been in New York all your life, so what?
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear too, I mean, we was
kids. We wasn't worried about it.
so we don't know what he was doing.
Mm.
But Cory Booker can
Kick rocks?
I'm just gonna say, I mean, Newark might be. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel like he may do something, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I can read about what he did, but like it ain't affect me personally. I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about that. I don't know.
Because if he
I don't
could
know.
have,
I think he could have done more.
he could have done more. You think he might benefit us as a president?
No. Me personally, he wouldn't get my vote.
I feel like a lot of the things that he would try to put into play would start here, seeing as he come from here, so he know what
You
it's
think
like.
so?
I think so.
I doubt it.
Like any new initiatives or any new plans to anything that could better a community or give more education to kids.
I'll give
Whatever it is,
I'll give them that.
I feel like the starting point for it may be here.
I'll give him that one thing. He was in the community with the kids. He did a lot for the
Yo,
kids.
real talk.
Better than Ross?
Real talk. No, I'm not saying that. Real talk.
Nah.
When I was like 6 or 7, I was living in Brick Towers, and Cory Booker was living in Brick Towers. Y'all don't know about Brick Towers, but I was living there. Cory Booker used to live there. We had this big cookout in the back, and Cory Booker,
That's on. Where's that on? The Brick House.
It was a Martin Luther King.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what's that like this. I don't know what word that would be, but it was like.
Central.
Yeah, there you go. But we was playing catch, and he jumped in to play catch with everybody. That nigga hit me in the face with a football.
Really?
I swear to God,
Yeah.
he hit me in the
You ever
face.
got it back?
Nah, I need my reparations, Cory. He hit me in my face with a football.
Was he mad at?
I think he was. I think he was. This is right before him and Sharp James started really,
Going at it?
Yeah. So my man's really like, hey, let me. I was like,
The home wasn't right.
I'm out. I turned around into it. I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I turned around into it, and I just right in the eye, bro. And then he just was like, all right.
This halfway, like this.
I'm like,
Should have hooked his ass.
like, he just hit me and left. Like,
I met him before, but now I kind of met him before. I performed for him and Senator Bob Menendez at an event, and he spoke on my performance briefly. Really, to me, he seems like a cool dude. This is when he was this is when he became a senator as well too. I performed for him.
Dude.
Yeah, he seems like a cool, smart dude. I feel like his intentions are good. I feel like he might be one of the few whose intentions are thorough, and I believe that. But as far as I don't know if he might be experienced enough for this job. I don't know.
Well, you don't need experience. Look at Donald Trump. He ain't got no experience.
True. But look at Barack Obama. Barack Obama also has experience.
That's Barack Obama.
So
but if you look at it now, if you running for president, you don't need no experience. I can run for president.
But
you can run for president.
But here's the problem with that. The problem with that is you just said, look at Donald Trump. You don't need experience. With Donald Trump, if Donald Trump is our pedestal, then we're in trouble. He cannot be the guy where we say, oh well, you can be president because Donald Trump is our president. Because now we're really in trouble. Because that means we're electing anybody. So we have to.
We did with him.
No, but we're dealing with him, and look how bad things. He look at the many controversies that
he's just
he's kids in training camp. It's all kind of
just
crazy
what
shit.
not to do when you get in office. That's all.
But we didn't need an example though. So what I'm saying,
we got it.
But this what happens.
So this is what I'm saying. So we should not be saying, oh, well, you don't need experience. Experience is you do need experience.
I'm saying experience
to a certain
factor.
degree. You need to have a very
You
prominent
feel
role.
like he took the proper channels to do it. Like he.
I mean, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I think he. You got to work your way up to that. You can't just be a mayor for like 8 years and then I'm gonna jump in the race to be president. He's done enough work to be where he is to even be in the run for that. I feel like he put in the work for it. Even if it didn't get as much results as he looked for, he still put in the work for it. So why not give him a shot?
I don't know. I mean,
we just gotta support him. You just gotta see where it goes.
As residents in Newark, I think it's only right that we do.
Do what?
Support.
Vote for him.
Support
his campaign.
I mean, the presidential race, you got Kamala Harris, you got him, you got the other guys.
Joe
Biden. Yeah, I mean, but no, it's a strong race. Anybody is better than Trump at this point. It's just sad. Like I said, I don't want to. He shouldn't be our. But that's just what it is right now. So
it is what it is.
We need someone in there that's not Trump.
Yeah.
And if Trump wins again, whew, boy.
Canada. Oh, Canada.
Canada. That would put a wall up like.
They gonna say, fuck y'all staying out of here.
Over there, eh?
That wall gonna go up next day. Like, damn.
Yeah. Well, Canada has been very They've been pretty open in letting in Americans no, they have. I've seen a few. They have the whole thing. Yeah. So and we're gonna switch gears again a little bit more real quick. But speaking about Canada too, with the whole it's Pride Heritage Month, and Canada is very open with just people with their sexuality, accepting it.
Canada ain't the only place.
Yeah, but it seems like Nirvana at this point compared to what America is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, but it is Pride Heritage Month, and so I saw this post, right, and it was like we know it's the gay community. It's
The LMNOP.
don't do that. Don't say that. Like you gonna make shit hot for you. You gonna make shit hot for us. Like I'm not agreeing with what this nigga just said. Like, but the LGBTQ community. So on a serious note, they face a lot of oppression, a lot of, and it's harsh. I'm completely against that. I think people should do whatever you want to do with your body,
Rock out.
with your sexuality, as long as you ain't hurting or offending nobody. Hurting nobody, because people can get offended regardless. But as long as you're not bringing harm to anyone, rock out. Do whatever you fucking want to do. Fuck who you want to fuck how many, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. Now, I saw this post, and there was a poll. This is
the poll. With
and it had
with the rest of the TUVs.
Stop! Yo, stop it! Like
I'm saying, I'm not saying it in a disrespectful manner. I'm just saying it was a lot more than what we
had. It was transgender.
Don't even try to remember it. You're not gonna pull up a picture to actually read it.
So okay, so I
feel some type of way.
I haven't. No, I don't even know
I just
where.
thought they stopped. What is it? LGBTQ, right?
I think it's more letters after that.
LG something.
I thought it stopped at the last letter. How about that?
So can you pull it for me? Yeah, if you can find it. So they have.
Facebook.
They said, I don't know. Was it? Did I share it? I shared it. Yeah. So hit my profile and hit down. But so it was transgender. Then they had bi, right?
Don't ask me.
No, I think it was bi, lesbian.
I'm already in the hot seat.
No, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
You
They don't even be on Facebook.
I don't know.
I think this was on social media. It was on Instagram as well too. Like, I didn't see it on the news. I think I was in New York that this poll was in too. I saw it in the news, and it was real. Like so I don't want to be disrespectful. I just don't know what all the other sexual binaries are, and I guess
it was more.
I thought it was something at 4. Like actually, I thought it was something at 2. I thought either you were gay, or I guess you're bi.
Which is still gay.
Like, here's the funny thing about that.
No,
dudes will say, if a dude say he's bi, niggas will say, yo, you gay.
Yeah, it's still gay.
Like, yeah, they don't want to hear that. Like, and you know what's strange too? I find that there are women who wouldn't date a guy that's bi.
You said there are women that wouldn't?
That wouldn't, yeah.
Okay, because they don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want a guy that's playing both
They
sides
don't
of the
want a
field.
boyfriend with a boyfriend.
Oh my god.
But I heard there's one woman I know. She said she dated guys that's bi before.
It's gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, asexual, non-binary,
binary,
pansexual, and two-spirit. What's two-spirit?
I thought it was an avatar. I didn't really know what that was. Like, that was the best I could think of. Then they had the plus sign.
And then, yeah.
The plus sign is a fucking.
No, I think that's a street, bro.
No. The plus sign is another one as well too.
I did it's a plus street.
Do you know how the gender signs?
Yeah,
so the plus sign. That's what it is.
It's a plus, but
that's a plus.
It's a plus sign.
Yes, it's another
like when you're pregnant.
sexual binary. So it's just like the gender sign, the male sign that goes, and then have the female one. So that's another one for that, another gender.
It's like saying
so they get both genders in one.
I don't know what it is. I think it's another gender.
So I don't have time.
So it went like, so pansexual, asexual, and someone was trying to break it down to me, and I'm just like, cool, I take the knowledge, but it's like, what's going on? Like, I thought you had a dick and a vagina, and then just like that, baby. Like I thought, like I didn't know we was going like.
You got advertising.
But real shit. And I'm like,
hold on. So one guy says two-spirited is individuals sometimes show up as humans with the spirit of both male and female.
So you switch.
Yeah, both.
I don't know. That's what he
said.
That's like saying comments. He said that.
That's like.
That's like
wait, say that again.
I don't know. He said two-spirited is individuals sometimes show up as humans with two spirits of both male and female.
So sometimes you show up.
Sometimes you come and work as Mike.
Monday might be Mike, you know what I'm saying? Tuesday with Cheetah, like, you know what I'm saying? It switches around, like, that's crazy.
I don't think you should call it crazy.
No, but that's
just
different. Like,
that's wild. That's wild.
No, it's not. We're not even being offensive, but it's like, yo, I don't understand. What?
Wait.
Like,
with a disclaimer, we are not being offensive to anyone.
We're already offensive. We're already offended and not giving a fuck. So we're already offended.
Just some young niggas that don't know.
Okay, so look up the pansexual and the sexual one.
You said look up pansexual?
Yeah, like try to sexual. Let me see, because I can find it on page.
Yo, one of them is like they just not attracted to either or.
So what do you do?
So what do you attract?
You just attracted to yourself. You cool.
What? Like
I don't know.
That's crazy.
People who live in this world who just, and I bet you those people be.
Okay, so Janelle Monáe is a pansexual.
Yeah.
And that's pansexuality or omnisexuality is the sexual, romantic, or emotional attraction towards people regardless of their sex or gender identity.
So that's basically it.
You gay.
Spirit.
No, that's basically.
No.
I don't know. It's something like
No, the key phrase. Attraction towards people regardless of
their sex or gender,
Yeah,
so basically,
anything. Anything. Whatever you believe.
You're dating transsexual.
Whatever you identify as.
They'll date. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a whirlpool of like so.
But she pretty much just saying.
You out exactly. So say you're gay. You're really gay. Like
for the numbnuts.
Yeah, you're gay. Like I don't understand that. Like
you don't have to do all that extra stuff.
Oh
if that's
man, yo,
that's a technological term for it, then go ahead and rock out.
That's crazy. So let's see a sexual. What's the sexual is like?
I think it's called
asexuality. It's sometimes called ace, a phonetic shortening of asexual, while a community is sometimes called the ace community. But researchers are asexuals because there is. Okay, they just breaking this down. I'm trying to figure out what it is. So
it's a plant.
So it's okay.
Oh no, it is. It's a person who has no sexual feelings or desires.
All right, so that's
okay. So abstention from sexual activity and from celibacy. What?
No, so you don't.
It just said they.
Bro, stop.
Wait. It says.
Stop reading stuff from Wikipedia.
It says
The definition is.
The
definition is a person who has no sexual feelings or desires.
That's what I'm saying.
Towards anybody.
Towards nobody.
So it says, unlike celibacy, which is a choice to abstain from sexual activity, asexuality is an intrinsic part of who we are, just like other sexual orientations. Asexual people have the same emotional needs as everybody else and are just as capable of forming intimate relationships.
But so pretty much they just they wax themselves, man. That's
Yo,
making it more than what it is, G. They not.
So in layman terms, it says a sexual person is a person who does not experience sexual attraction
to anybody.
So you're celibate.
So would you? Yes, you are, but you know they got needs too, so they handle their own business. You get what I'm saying? So you be like they don't want to deal with a woman, they don't want to deal with a man.
So by nature, a virgin is asexual. Right?
Say all that.
No.
You just haven't. I don't know.
Not that point.
A virgin is just somebody they ain't got one off yet. That don't mean they not thinking about it.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So asexual is somebody just who ain't fucking.
Right. they not. Yeah, because they don't want to do that with a man, and they don't want to do it with a woman.
So they ain't doing it to anybody.
They're doing it to themselves. Why you keep making
they're not fucking. They're not doing it. They're not having sex.
Yes.
Okay. So that's just you're just being celibate.
Pretty much.
Yes. Right? Am I correct? You're being celibate. What else are you gonna fuck?
Yourself.
No, other than yourself. Like
that's it.
That's
all they do.
That's all they do. I mean, it sounds like they got options out here. Like
what option do they have?
I don't know. They're figuring out.
Nobody can go to actually step the thing.
I'm not saying like what the option. That's what it sounds like. There is options out here.
Nobody want to get to that extra step.
Yeah.
Grab that cup.
Yeah. Like no. I'm saying. So they're saying that they have other options, but it's like we not.
They don't have no
Nobody want to.
You see, come on, stop. Exactly. They don't want to go that far, but look.
Yeah, we know where you're
that cow was real good today. Like, I'm just saying, like, yo, it's wild. It's wild. I'm being honest. This is wild to me.
That's why.
Yo, man.
That's why it does, because we ain't in that lifestyle.
Yeah, hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. But like I said, hey man, do what you want to do. I'm not even gonna try to like define the other ones. I really want to know what the cross one is. I want to know what's up with that.
I don't know.
The positive sign.
I done told you that's a street, bro.
No.
Say plus with the ST.
They all have a street. It's all
Don't
of them.
say. Don't say.
All have avenue or street. All does, yes. All does.
Oh, well then.
That's what I'm saying. So that's another binary that I don't really.
All right. Well, we ain't got time for that.
That's what I'm saying. It's wild. It's wild, but that's a little crazy right there. But we're gonna jump ship from that.
Completely.
Speaking of in our last kind of compliment before we jump into our last portion of the show. Speaking of sexuality as well. So Alabama just passed the castration bill for, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we're in agreement with that for sex offenders, right?
Yeah.
It was Alabama that passed it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all in agreement with that.
Oh, yeah.
We all know what castration is.
Yes.
Of course.
Chop it off completely.
No, not chopping.
It's chemically.
Castration.
Yeah.
Chemically.
Oh, you get rid of it then, regardless.
No,
You get rid of it.
not getting rid of nothing. Nothing's getting rid of it.
It's just you won't. It's you take a
Whoa,
medicine. You take a pill.
Hold on.
There's nothing to get rid of.
Castration in ancient Chinese culture, they
It's
just
obvious
yeah,
to
yeah.
get rid of.
Oh,
But
and you can also use a chemical or they had potions.
they have they're
So,
gonna use a chemical.
Yeah, they use a
So your
chemical.
man's dead for life. Like
Don't get hard.
Really?
yeah.
Yes.
So now, what about female sexual offenders?
You
You just did something.
Yeah, no, they
Your
don't
guess
know about
is
that.
as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, I forgot all about
No,
that.
so we might have to research that and come back to this topic later on because
They're gonna give him lifelong chastity belts.
that's not gonna work. Like,
I feel like they only putting that towards the male aspect.
Yeah, because
Because the majority of the sex offenders are men.
I think they need to start chopping them off. Put them to sleep and get rid of it. That's real castration. That way you can't do anything with it.
That's
Because I don't.
Well,
Listen,
but there's
if you're
people out there that said
if you're a real sicko,
Well,
you gonna still find some way to do
you're
something.
right. And that's not even that.
Like a cereal.
Because you're right about that. Because even though that is not chopped off, you still can get oral.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
You're not
You're
feeling
right.
satisfaction, but you're
You're
still
right.
you can one's mind can create that intimacy with
Mhm.
themselves, regardless even if you're not feeling it.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm
the
saying?
whole chemical castration is just to stop your testosterone and to stop you from getting.
Once you have that organ, once you still have that
Yes.
organ, you can find a way to make some shit happen.
Oh yeah,
This is probably just step one though. Like I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
it could be step one
this
of
could be
many.
just like
Okay.
a process. So like maybe later on down the
Baby
line,
steps.
the more violent it get,
Cut niggas' dicks off. Is it not violent? Is it not violent enough already? As it is?
it is.
As many rapists and child molesters are out here, is it not? You have kids, right?
Yeah.
Is it not violent enough out here already?
It's only chemical castration for those who
Yeah.
rape children under the
13.
age of 13.
You're under the age of 13.
Wait, so anybody over 14 can get it and get away with it?
It's not.
No,
get away with it. You can still get caught, but
sex offender.
you're still gonna be on that register.
Are we okay with that? With
Nah,
that?
I think it should be for any,
Yeah.
everybody.
Because that to me seems like dumb.
But, I mean-
what's the cap with under 13? Like, it's still sick. 13, 14, 15, especially if you're like a 60-year-old doing some shit like that. Like,
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
you're-
I don't know. I guess you gotta crawl before you can walk. So
That's what they say. It's a choice. They say it's a choice. Either you take the pill or you stay longer in jail. You spend your whole life in jail. So if you choose to do the chemical castration, you have to pay for it yourself. And if you can't pay for it, you go back to jail. So it's
you
like
gotta pay for the camera. So wait,
yes, you have to pay for your own chemical castration.
oh, so they give you the option?
Yeah,
of
they
it?
give you the option. So some
Oh,
people
no,
choose
They gotta revise that. They gotta go ahead. They gotta go ahead. They gotta go ahead because they feel like
if they don't give you a choice, that means you probably didn't make that choice on your own.
No,
So they
but
have to give you a
I
choice.
honestly, I don't know if that's what they said.
Yeah, they said they give you
Nah,
a
I don't-
choice. If you
nah.
choose,
they gotta go back and revisit
Nah,
that.
I don't
It's a
think you get
choice.
no choice. If you out here touching little boy butts and all that other stuff,
yeah, that's why if you choose to do that, you spend your whole life in prison.
If you being
But
honest,
but if you feel like you could change and you want to make a difference, then you do the chemical castration. Then you try to change your life. But
that's
I feel
your
like
penance. That's your punishment.
yeah, it's like but when I was thinking about it, it's a whole it's a social. It's all mental. So it's like you can stop your testosterone, but it's not really gonna stop your thinking though.
Exactly. And if you still got a little Jimmy down there, you gonna still find a way to make something happen. Like, if we're being honest, the entire Vatican and Pope community should be like, they should line them all up right now.
What the girls say the guys
I
do?
ain't got nothing to do with
Suck it till it get hard.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Is that what they
no.
say?
No, but what I'm saying is the entire Vatican, because it's history of them.
You said,
Touch the Vatican with the Pope's like, what? Line them up. Just line them up and just start hitting them just like that. Just like that. Like,
that's your side.
Like, no, I'm not Catholic, so I don't register as that religion, right? So.
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, like,
that's how they get that?
That's how they get that?
Line them boys up.
That's what they said. Line them boys up.
That's sick.
No.
Sick.
But it's like fucked up. Like, it's fucked up. Like, man, it's crazy, man. Like, no, it is. Like, let's not talk about that shit. It's crazy.
Man.
Like,
but
no, real talk though.
I didn't know that legendary, bro.
I think that's problematic though, and they need to like go back and revisit that bill and make it revisit the age limit and all that kind of stuff right there. So they definitely need to do that and go back and adjust that. You guys agree with that? Yeah, for sure. Because that's not.
I think it should go for all, not just some. Point blank period. It should go for all.
Yeah, I agree.
No
with that.
matter what age the person is that you raped.
Yeah.
If you
raping, offenders,
all of that. If you doing all that to these kids at any age or adult for that matter, you should be chemically castrated.
Cool. I agree with that.
Point blank period.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We got a special guest today.
Yo.
Yeah. What did I do here?
Something stupid.
That ain't nothing new.
So yeah, we have a special guest here today.
Chef among
And
chefs.
one of Newark's own. She is an extraordinary. She is from Beyond Soul Catering.
Beyond Soul
The
Catering.
food is on the money when I say that,
Slap
yo.
anybody.
So for all of our viewers, let's please welcome to the show Inayah Blocker. Beyond Soul Catering. You sound? Oh, no, your headphones. How are you today?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. We good. So we've all been patrons of your work, your artistry. Like, we all have. We do want to first get into like a couple of questions about your business and how's that.
Right.
You guys anybody want to start off first or?
Yeah. Where did Beyond Soul come from? The name, like, how did you get that?
So I don't know if y'all ever heard of them Beyond Meat Burgers.
No.
Yeah,
That's the healthy burgers, right?
Right. And it's supposed to be like a level up from for people to stop eating beef. So it's like kind of close though. It's like really good. Like I've even given it to my kids. They can't tell the difference. So I was just thinking about that and I was like, you know what? I don't want people to associate me because I'm black and I know how to cook fried chicken and mac and cheese. Just to be like, oh, that's all she do is soul food.
Right.
So I wanted to be like those burgers. I wanted to just be beyond
soul food. Right.
Beyond soul food.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Beyond soul. You know, I don't
brain.
Right. So
Okay, so what do you tell the females out here that can't cook at all? You know, women can't cook.
No, I think it just takes effort. You have to want to do it, and it's just effort. It's not a lot. A lot doesn't go into cooking. You can, it's easy to slap anything and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, but you gotta make it taste good.
Right. I'm just saying,
Yeah, some
it's
experience.
effort. That's all. It's just effort.
When did you start? Like cooking, like.
Oh well, I don't know if y'all know. I spent some time overseas since I think I was there from 9 to 15. And down there it's like
Coming closer.
oh sorry. No, down there they serious with the womanly duties. Like women got to be in the kitchen. Women got to know how to clean. Women, women. So from a young age, just watching them, seeing them flavors and putting stuff together, cooking and things of that nature. That's how I've been cooking for a minute. So I guess since I was younger.
Where did you go to learn?
I was in West Africa, Senegal.
Okay.
So you would say basically that was a catalyst for you wanting to open your own business and start.
I don't even know how it started. It's just something that you're good at, and it's something over time. You know what? I think I did a fundraiser.
Right.
I did a fundraiser when I was in college trying to pay off my tuition, and I saw the outcome, and I'm like, you know what? I could just do this, and this might take me somewhere. So.
Entrepreneur.
That's smart, right?
Because everybody needs to eat in college.
Right. So I did good, and I made my goal. So I was like, you know what? Let me just start doing this.
that's a good hustle right there to have, because a lot of people like when they like I know a lot of people that's in college and they don't necessarily think like to put their actual skill sets to use and start making money off of it. And you never know where it can take you afterwards.
It's crazy because I was in culinary school and I graduated with a lot of people and they're not even in that field anymore. Like it's people in car dealerships
but that's how it be though. That's how college be.
That's crazy.
Not
all that money.
No, not everybody end up in that field that they go to school for.
That's crazy.
She just stuck with it.
Right.
Yeah, so is there a chef that you admire the most?
Besides yourself?
No shade, but no, not really. I don't like to look at other people like, oh my God, I wish I was like them. I just want to look at. I just want to do what I'm doing.
Right. So.
And I don't
humble
want
chef. Humble chef.
But do you have like a specific like? Because I know a lot of people like, especially with like chefs and like cooking, they have ambitions like a show.
Right.
Someone's want to open a business. They want to cook for like a certain restaurant, open a restaurant. What's your like goal to? Where do you want to go with this eventually? Like, are you thinking restaurant? Maybe a hired chef, food truck? Like, what are you thinking as far as like in the next 5 years going with this?
I would definitely like to have a spot. Just something local in my community.
I do too.
Definitely a spot. Something small in my community. I don't want to put a lot of money. That's what I see with a lot of people too. Like they get money or get loans and they put a lot of money into getting a business and it's like all high end and everything brand new in there and putting all this money together and a couple of months is flop, So I definitely want something tiny just to see what the outcome will be, like how people respond to me, how people respond to Beyond Soul, the quality, anything. And then expand from there.
Right.
Would you be thinking of it like in a franchise sense? Because like Newark is a very small based market and it might
small and big at the same time.
Yeah, it is, but you don't see a lot of small businesses coming out of Newark and then becoming a franchise.
Right.
So would you be thinking franchise eventually or just like stay local?
You know what? That's a hard question because I don't know if you ever heard of Sweetie Pies.
Yeah.
I think I did.
We was
in Missouri. Oh wait, he wasn't with us.
I was with you.
Yeah, it was me and you. Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like with franchises sometimes, because what franchise means what more you kicking out a lot of food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kicking out a lot of food, and then when you kicking out a lot of food, then you start to lose quality.
Yes, because you don't know who's running that next restaurant.
Exactly. So I don't know. But I mean, I can see myself coming out with products more before I start a franchise.
But a franchise will essentially means expanding more stores as well too, like around the nation and stuff like that.
Right, but I don't know. I don't know. And if anything, it would be local. It'll be one downtown, maybe one across. It wouldn't be out of state.
Nothing too far. Right.
It wouldn't be out of state.
Stay home base, basically.
Right. It's something that I can control.
Right.
That's good right there.
I saw that you have kids on Instagram and stuff like that. I seen that they was reading the flashcards and whatever. At what age do you feel like is the right age to start teaching them, really to educate them? Because the world is not nice with black people. We have to educate our kids from a young age.
Oh, you talking about education or you talking about with food? What are you talking about? With education?
Them, yes.
I mean, it's hard because like I'm a working parent, so it's not always easy. You want to do that stuff, but at the same time, you're trying to work, you're trying to take care of bills, you're trying to get stuff done. It's not easy. A lot of you see people doing it on Instagram, or you see parents like, oh, this is what I do with my kids. It's not always realistic.
Yes.
But you can do it anytime. Like now, I have a little baby. I could just be playing little YouTube or words, or you can start whenever. Even they say when babies are in the womb, you can be playing music and playing different things, and they hear that. You can. I don't think it's an age. It's not a set age for you to start with the education. You can do that at any age.
Would you want your kids to follow in like the culinary arts footsteps, or
if they want to? I wouldn't. It's not something I would force them into. You see that with a lot of families too. Parents, because they don't want to hire staff and they don't want to pay other
money
people.
in the family.
Right. But if they want to, of course.
You ever thought
all my family.
You ever thought about having like cooking classes, like teaching what you know to people?
See, this is one thing with me too.
It's hard-headed. They didn't even want to deal with it.
I did a little.
Too much pepper.
I think I just have to have the patience. I'm used to working by myself, and I'm used to trying to, do whatever I'm trying to do. But I feel like it's just, I don't know. I have to have the patience for it, and I have to have the time.
True.
Cause you know, like a lot of girls is like. I wouldn't want to generalize and say Newark, but like a lot of women these days, they just don't know how to cook. If they know how to cook, it's like level 1 cooking. Oh, what you cook tonight? Oh, Alfredo. Alfredo. Like, oh, word again? Oh, I can't wait for this. Right? Like, it's not like extravagant. They don't have like any expansive like the echelon of actual meals they can actually make. It's just like.
But you know what makes that hard too? Because there's so much stuff out here. It's so much fast food. It's so much 1 minute, 1 minute meal. All you gotta do is pour hot water on me or put me in the microwave. It's so
I'll wait for a full meal when you can try it in a second.
And but that's geared towards the working people. So and again, you have to have the time and you want to have to put in the effort to do that. If you working and you want to. And you don't want your man to come home and not eat something crazy. You don't want to give him oodles and noodles. The smart thing to do would be cook a week in advance or cook the night before. Put it in a container, have it in the fridge. But that requires time, and a lot of people don't have that time like that. So
sacrifice time,
right? And it's a sacrifice.
A lot of people they're leaning away from like meal prepping. Like that was like a back in the day. Right. You prep meal and you have it sitting there, and then you know what I'm saying. You got food.
I think that's picking back up though nowadays. I think that's picking back up meal prepping.
It is
because a lot of people are trying to be like more
save money.
Yeah, like they're trying to save more. So it's easier to just make a big meal and prep it for the week than going out every day and spending money.
I would say more so it's like a fitness thing for certain people. Actually, like do it like meal
prep.
Like
it's not necessarily fitness either. I try. I try, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I just need some wontons and the egg roll. But good. It helps. It helps because then like you getting what you want to taste from the situation too. Now it's not just saving you money. True. It's what you want to taste every time, how you want it. True. The wontons don't always be good. You know what I'm saying? It don't taste the same every single time. But when you know you can do it yourself and it tastes the same every time, why not go with that option? That's what I would like.
That's true. But like to hop off of that as well too. Would you like ever consider gearing towards like, because the way like the food industry is going today, everybody's trying to be on that healthy tip stuff. Have you ever thought about starting to like wanting to get to like non-GMO organic food products and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Like just like being very like micromanaging where you get your vegetables from and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you get a lot of customers now that might start coming in and be like, well, where's this from? You know what I'm saying? They want to be very inquisitive. So would you ever start thinking about like gearing towards like a very more so because it is healthy and it is good food, but there's always levels to this as well too. They want to know specifically the cows, are they grass fed, are they? Would you ever thought about that, or you just keep it strictly like?
Well, I feel like I'm already on that tip already. Like I work at Whole Foods, so I can say from working there that has definitely opened
your mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
To different things. Like I don't buy Purdue the stuff I feed y'all is not Purdue. So I don't buy that for my own home, so I wouldn't feed it to anyone else. The stuff that I provide my customers now is either halal or is antibiotic free. I don't buy beef from supermarkets. It's either from the halal store or if it's a good sale, stuff. Yeah.
Shout out to the
right. So, but no, I do that now. But a lot of and this is the thing with business too. Like I'm trying to create a profit at the same time. I'm not trying to charge an arm and a leg for my product. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be accessible to everyone. And a lot of times it's hard because it's like, okay, can I? I want to sell steak this week, but I can't buy any old steak. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, quality, and once you get that $5.90, $1.99 a pound steak from Extra or wherever, it's tough. It's tough. It's very tough. So I have to invest in that product to make sure that I'm giving people good product. But at the same time, the price, not everybody will like what the prices might be like, so that might be why you don't see it all the time. Because I know I don't want people to be like, oh, that's too expensive, and then I've been wasting my money because I can't move it.
As long as it's good,
right.
People are gonna come back and spend money.
Exactly. So I want to stay in between that line. I don't want to go too crazy at the same time. I just want to make sure everybody can afford it.
I went into some restaurant, I see $10, $11. I'm like, right. Hold on. I think I'll be right back. Hold that plate for me. I'm never coming back.
If that restaurant good, if that restaurant is worth
Right.
the $10 or $11,
That's
mine.
understandable.
Yeah.
Because
But if it ain't worth
everything
it,
she
waste
make
your money.
is worth the money you spend on it.
Right.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
So
Thank you.
So what's your favorite, like, absolute favorite dish to make?
sticky
Like,
wings.
that's yours, nigga. Like,
I can't say.
You don't have one at all?
I don't have one. I don't have a favorite food. I don't have one. I don't know what it is, and I think that goes to with the Beyond Soul too. Like I like when a customer hits me up like, "Oh, can you make this? I got you. Can you make Chinese this? I got you. You know anything. I'm not limited. Not to, I'm not bragging or anything.
No, but that's flexing right there, man. Flexing
I don't
word.
want my skill set to be
I got it. Like,
The Chinese man.
anything, like
anything.
Nah,
anything.
that's dope. So what do you like to eat then?
I don't know. I guess everything too. Like I'm not even. It's crazy because even with my daughter, she eats anything. She eats clam, shrimp, lobster. You know,
Seafood.
she has a very broad palate. So I guess I'm the same. As long
as it's good
and it's appealing to my eyes,
That's
because you eat with your eyes first. So
yeah, true. That's true. Would you ever like consider like if you had the opportunity like you know how Anthony like Bourdain, the guy that passed away, rest his soul, the chef. Would you ever?
Chefs Without Borders. That's what this is.
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Would you ever like consider doing what he do, like travel the world and tasting their different foods, giving your critique? And would you? Is that something you would actually be interested in? You couldn't. Nah. Because when they throw that spider leg before.
They do a lot of wild
When they throw that crab elbow right there with the tarantula neck, like
fried in tarantula blood. I'm good. I wouldn't do it either.
I mean, I take a show, but I can't see myself doing that.
What kind of show would you take? What kind of like you just?
I take it. It would.
Yeah.
So would it be a regular a competition show?
I actually was trying to start like a YouTube channel called Something Out of Nothing. Especially like with me, if I can have a can of beans in the cabinet and I can make you something gourmet, you would think you just went to a restaurant. So I was trying to come up with something like that. And I guess it would basically be like that, something out of nothing, for parents, even people who struggling, don't have a lot of money, or, they trying to impress their kids, or trying to,
Just something simple.
Right, something simple, but it's good, or whatever, and, maybe bills is low this month, all they can afford is maybe a can of tuna, or, a pack of frozen fish, and don't know what to do with it, something like that.
And here you come, Sean.
I'm picturing
Right.
tuna and fish right now.
That ties into lessons.
Right.
That's just not having them in front of you.
Right.
Do this and do that. But
No,
I can see that.
I would watch that. I think a lot of people would tune in because it's a knowledge you would like. I would love to learn how to make some fire meal from like 2 pieces of broccoli and half a chicken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know sometimes. Like,
look, majority of your students will be men anyway, because it ain't like women can't cook. Let's be real now.
They can't. No, they can't. But sometimes in this generation, they be lazy. And you would have a lot of men views as well too, because they gonna be looking at it like, "Hey, babe, come here real quick. Yo, can you do this?" You like, they just like that, like, because guys love to eat. We all know women love to eat, but like, niggas love to eat too. Like,
but I mean, sometimes how we supposed to flip the roles and cook for them one day if the best we got is peanut butter and jelly?
But like this is a day and age where both parents, both people have to work. It's not like it's enough for one. I mean, I guess if you have a great job, okay, yes, but both parties are working. Both parties are working full time. New Jersey is expensive. America is expensive. So you got go in the kitchen and throw down for your woman.
Right.
And then from that, she's like, you know what? I need to step my game up.
Right.
My man in here cooking me something.
You put a whole competition on it.
Right. Like it ain't just for us because we coming tired too from working full time.
She ain't gonna step up for me. I'm making her cereal. They gonna step it up. And what you want? Fruit Loops? Pieces? I got you.
Mix them all together.
What you want? Like,
What you think you gonna get that night if your woman come home from work tired, take her shoes off, and you got a whole spread for her just sitting down? What you think is gonna happen?
It's gonna be a lovely night.
She's like, I ain't tired no more.
I'll order something. You won't even know the difference.
Right.
that's sad. That's
Real
a shame.
talk.
You just make the pots all dirty, like.
Oh, man, right? Don't add salt, man. Red beans in the pot. Yeah, I'm chefing this right here. Like, nah, that's you fucking.
Fake it till I make it. Fake it till I make it. I don't care.
Nah, that's funny though. So with you being in Newark and you seeing like a lot of people opening businesses and stuff like that. You're okay with the way the economy is going in Newark as far as like a business aspect. Like you don't mind opening a business in Newark and knowing it'll prosper. You don't have a problem with that at all.
I think Newark was my first choice, and it's crazy because I wouldn't even considered it if I haven't lived here. Because everybody's running away from Newark.
Yeah,
everybody's running away from Newark.
But Newark is getting better if you really look at everything.
Exactly, and I can just from the way Mayor Ross Baraka, I constantly see him talking about gentrification and how he's not going to push his people out. You know what I'm saying? Like how he's just trying to make it all better for
Unless
everyone.
he get pushed out.
Right.
But
I see him doing good things for Newark, so I would definitely, if I could, and if it became available, I would like to my Beyonce to be in Newark.
So compared to like the other areas like Maplewood and Montclair, you think Newark is lucrative, like as far as the money?
Yeah, of course. And see the thing with trying to go to those suburban areas. I feel like you start to lose yourself because then now you're trying to gear towards
catering to them.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
And but Newark is the central outpost because you got all the transportation and you got all the venues that be going on downtown Newark. So if you have a good open business, people are always going to show up.
And it's a bigger pool of my people.
When you got the people traveling from South Jersey, like,
it's just
but the
location.
food's good, so that's
like where at exactly in Newark? Where at exactly in Newark? Would you want to set up shop when time comes?
I don't know,
in the South. Everybody in the South wants some food, right?
No, like downtown Newark is definitely way too expensive. Because you just look at the demographics.
But it would make sense having a store. It would make so much money because you think about a lot of like the white folks that are coming in now, and that kind of food is they're easily attainable in their lifestyle, so they want to try that. They want to, you know what I'm saying?
But see, again, this is not there for them.
It's
my people.
I mean, you will have the folks coming down there.
Right, but
you get the best of both worlds.
I would want a place that's accessible for people who drive in, because it would be great to have foot traffic as well. But I want people to be able to come and park. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to be able to come park their cars so they can get the food. Like downtown is crazy busy.
It's too crowded.
Too crowded.
Traffic.
So it's like the only people I'm dependent on is that foot traffic. I want to be able to get deliveries. I want people to be able to come park their car and get food plus foot traffic.
Right.
So it's all about just the demographic and where I'm gonna be.
See, downtown be good for you, Shaq.
Yeah,
all you do is walk.
This Shaq at a certain time was bicycle.
I just know I like because especially like with Golden Crust is at like 12 o'clock they're booming, like they're making money, like it's
Which
12 o'clock
Crust?
right on Market, because you think
Right by
like
the fish spot?
the minute that 12 o'clock hits and everybody's going on lunch. You have Prudential going down there. You got the Gateway coming down there, and it's Caribbean food. That's not easily accessible for them. It's not in their radius, and you know what I'm saying. Unusual. They don't want to eat salad. It's crazy to think so, but they don't want to eat salad and like kale every day. They want some chicken. White folks are growing towards soul food now, so they
more than nuts, little kid.
and they hitting and they booming it and they make money off of them. So it would make sense to have a business, a soul food business in that area where you can really like profit off of them. You know what I'm saying? Like in that area.
I don't think I would have started there though, because that rent is with that traffic comes the price. And that is crazy expensive to rent down there. So that wouldn't even be an option for somebody that's just starting off. Now, second location, yes.
Second location downtown, that would.
But for a new spot, you don't know how it's gonna work out. I don't know if I'm making money or not, and I gotta cover my costs. And I know the rent down there is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy.
Downtown though.
Because it was one spot on the corner where the masjid is on Branford Place.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's
the Italian?
No.
It used to be a halal spot, but they gone.
It's the Jamaican spot now, right?
I'm not sure if somebody rented it or not, but the rent was like $4,000.
It's right next to the masjid, right?
Right next to the masjid.
That's the Jamaican spot.
That we in Essence?
The place we ate from. That's what that is now.
So it had everything in there, but it just was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not something that's feasible for me right now.
Yeah, it's not, but that would have been good for you.
Yeah, I was looking into it.
It would have been nice.
Because you got the masjid right there, you got the foot traffic.
everything. A nice little. They can park right there, or they can park around the corner, wherever they going.
True. And the hood stays standing out there in that block. So word or auntie cooking tonight? Alright, we going there. You feel me? So that's dope right there. That's dope.
We'll find something.
Any more questions about anything else? You want to throw in there? No.
I know. When you cooking again?
Soon, hopefully Friday. Soon.
Alright, so definitely like give me your Instagram and where they can find you and follow you at.
You can follow me on Beyond Soul on Instagram, Beyond Soul on Facebook. Currently my website is down, sorry, but yeah, them two. You can just find me there.
For sure.
Everything up there look good, so
yeah, like
don't look at her page on an empty stomach.
Yo, she makes some of the best food. Like it's. You made some salmon empanadas a lot. Oh my god, I lost it. Like I was in the house. I said chimichurri sauce. I was like chimichurri sauce. I'm gonna try this, and I was biting my finger off. Like it was so good.
Thank you guys for always supporting.
It's
number one supporters.
Yeah, it's definitely good food, yo. Definitely good food. Anything you want to like give out to the people that, as far as like just business starting up or like just getting into culinary arts, any advice you want to throw out their way before?
I don't know because I'm still working on me.
But for someone that has an idea in their mind, they might.
I want to start their own little.
Yeah. What was your first step that you can throw their way? Like, yo, this is the first footprint you need to make.
I guess have an idea and run with it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't listen to whatever anybody else has to say. If you feel it in your heart that this is what you need to be doing, go ahead and try it. You won't know until you try it, right?
True. Right.
That's true.
So, yeah, I mean, that's about it. And then be consistent as well. That's something I'm still trying to do. That's why you're not seeing me every week. But
expect the next day, like,
once that menu go, we know you working. It's all good, though. It's all good.
Yeah.
Nah, so definitely thank you for joining us. That completes our episode. You guys want to throw in anything else? And no?
Nah, man.
Nah?
I'm hungry now.
I'm thinking about getting some food. Me too.
I want some food now.
I am starving.
I got y'all next time.
Nah, for sure. But so yeah, this has been another episode of the Brick City Antics podcast. We got into a good amount of topics. Definitely check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Search Brick City Antics Podcast. We're on Spotify. Brick City Antics Podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, I forgot one.
Hit us on Spotify. Video only on YouTube. Those platforms are audio. We might mess around and hop on Tidal. Hopefully you like for me. Like those but definitely follow us. Also, our individual Instagram pages are on the Brick City Antics Podcast Instagram page. Check us out. Drop some comments. Follow Beyond Soul Catering as well on Instagram as well. Definitely check out their food. Support black businesses, black owned businesses. Your fellow patrons.
Right.
That's very important. And that's it for us for today. Feel me? So until next time, y'all. Have a good evening. I know it's a Sunday. This will be up on Tuesday. So everybody have a good evening. Hope everybody's weekend was smooth. And until next time, peace. We out.